Hello, everyone. This is your brother Jay, and I am here to discuss the topic of the Alabama Penny Savings Bank. The Alabama Penny Savings Bank, founded by William Reuben Pettiford in 1890, was the first Black-owned and Black-operated financial institution in the state of Alabama. Headquartered in the city of Birmingham, the bank was created as a necessity of de facto and later codified segregation. The bank backed and encouraged development of Black businesses, especially in urban areas, as well as savings by African Americans. William Reuben Pettiford was a minister and a banker in Birmingham, Alabama. He was regarded in some circles to be the most significant institutional builder and leader in the African American community during the late 1800s to early 1900s. Some even regarded him as being next to Booker T. Washington as the man who has arguably done the most in the South for Blacks. As a member of Booker T. Washington's Business League, Pettiford helped organize the National Negro Bankers Association in 1906 and served as its president until his death. Pettiford's motivation to establish the Penny Savings Bank came from several sources, including his former position as a financial agent for Selma University and his growing friendship with Booker T. Washington, who was a strong advocate of thrift and self-help for the Black community. Pettiford related how, while riding a streetcar one Friday night, he observed an African American woman drinking whiskey after receiving her weekly pay. That experience led him to think about establishing a business where Blacks could save their money rather than waste it. Another impetus came from William Washington Brown, president of a Black-owned savings bank in Richmond, Virginia. Brown expressed an interest in opening a branch of his bank in Birmingham. And rather than letting an outsider establish a bank, Pettiford and the local Black leaders decided they could do a better job, and thus the Alabama Penny Savings Bank was established. In 1902, deposits were approximately $78,000. That's about $2.3 million by today's standards. By 1911, they had reached approximately $422,000, which would be about $13 million today when accounting for inflation. Much of the bank's success resulted from Pettiford's and his associated directors' emphasis on home ownership. Bank records show that the Penny Bank was the leading mortgager to persons buying homes in Smithville, the most prominent Black community in Birmingham at the time. During the bank's first decade, Pettiford and other officials engineered many real estate transactions that proved highly lucrative for the bank. In 1913, the Penny Bank constructed its own building on 18th Street in Birmingham's thriving business district. Blacks helping Blacks. The Alabama Penny Savings Bank building represented a tangible demonstration of the philosophy of self-help and economic solidarity. It was the physical and symbolic representation of African Americans cooperating to assist other African Americans. For example, the 5-story building housed other Black businesses on its upper floors, and of its 64 rooms, businesses occupied all of them with the exception of one. Wyndham Construction, a Black-owned construction company, was tasked with building the beautiful edifice. And lastly, the building design and style suggests the architectural touch of prominent Black architect Wallace A. Rayfield. Without this strong banking presence, most homes for Birmingham's earliest African Americans would have never been built, including the city's earliest doctors and attorneys. As you can see, the bank left its imprint pervasively throughout all areas of Black economics. By the time of Pettiford's death in 1914, the Alabama Penny Savings Bank was the largest and strongest African American owned bank in the United States, doing business in excess of $500,000, which is about $13 million today. In 1915, the Grand Lodge Knights of Pythias, which is a black fraternal organization, purchased the building. It has been known as the Pythian Building ever since. In 1980, it was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Should you ever find yourself in the city of Birmingham, it's worth taking a peek. Despite its rather short life of 25 years, the Alabama Penny Savings Bank contributed in great part to the black ownership of homes, the building of black churches, and black businesses, while teaching many African Americans in the city how to properly manage their financial resources. It was then and will always be an example of black excellence, the entrepreneurial spirit, and success through helping others. Once again, this is your brother Jay, and thank you for tuning in to the MBK channel. Peace.